Welcome back, squad. I hope you guys are doing exceptionally well. We're going to start off with my 2025 to 2026 college football predictions. Wish you guys, it should be alright. But my first one is Iowa State, Kansas State. I'd choose Kansas State over that. That's an easy win. They've had a good season. They'll have a good season this year. UNLV will win against Idaho State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Stanford, and then San Jose State wins. But Boise State is looking really good. We'll see what they look like this season. I won't be surprised who could win and who doesn't win. That's probably a tough ask for anyone to say how much they can do things and how they can figure out things, but I'm not surprised by it. It's a challenge, and we'll see what happens. Ohio and Rutgers. I don't know what Rutgers is going to look like this season. I have no clue. I would go Rutgers on that one. Lafayette and Bowling Green, don't care. Those two I really don't care about, but I'd choose Bowling Green over that. That's an easy game. NC State, East Carolina, I don't know what either of these teams look like. I think both of these teams are good, but unfortunately it's not going to help them in a situation like this where they've got a lot of talent, a lot of players that they can get through in one season. So honestly, it's a challenge for them. Jackson State and UCF I don't have an opinion on those. Most of these teams I'll skip. Central Arkansas and Missouri. There's a lot of teams. I would choose Central Arkansas in this game, but I'm going to pick Missouri just because of how good their defense has been. Their defense has been outstanding. Missouri's got a lot of talent going into this season, so we'll see how that goes. Nebraska and Cincinnati is going to be a good one. I think Nebraska's going to have to find a way to win. They're not doing well. They don't have Scott Frost. They have another head coach down there in Lincoln, but it's going to be a challenging task for them because they got to play Cincinnati on the road, and it's a tough game for them as well. And then you look at the Duke's Mayo Classic between Appalachian State and Charlotte. That's going to be a good one. I think the Niners and Mountaineers will be good. I think that game's going to be an interesting game to see how those two teams go. But I don't think it'll happen. I think the Chanticleers, I think the Mountaineers win it, but it's going to be a close game to see how they do. Baylor and Auburn. Auburn's going to be tough. Auburn has got to really get after the game and how they can play. Auburn's a tough team. Baylor's tough back at McLean Stadium, so they're tough to see those two go after each other. Then Georgia Tech and Colorado. Colorado's a good team. I think Dion has done a great job down there in Boulder. I think it's going to be a challenging team for him because he doesn't have Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, and Travis Hunter. Those two are the big playmakers for them. So they're going to have to step up in a big way down there. And then we take a look at Southern Miss and Mississippi State. I don't care. Both of those teams are good. I would probably choose Southern Miss. It's a good game. But it's going to be a challenging game to see how they compete against each other in a way to win games like that. Syracuse or Tennessee? I'm going Tennessee. I think Tennessee has got a much better identity of what they're looking for than what they're not looking for. They're a tough team to look at between the two. There are such high stakes in this game to get through a matchup like this. This is a tough matchup. Both of these teams are excellent, but I think Syracuse beats Tennessee. I think Tennessee beats Syracuse. I think it's going to be a close game to see who can challenge each other and who cannot make that challenge hard. Texas or Ohio State? That's an easy one for me. Ohio State. Ohio State is incredible. They do a great job. Ryan Day has built a great program down there in Columbus. I think it's a great game. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be between the hedges. Who's going to stop Arch Manning? Who's going to make Arch Manning work for those yards? Who's going to make him work for those tiring hours? He's going to have a lot of issues between him and his staff. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be nuts. all over the board. You got to see these teams go at it for the last time. So I think Ohio State will win it. It's a tough game in Columbus, but it'll be a fun one to watch. Next one is FAU in Maryland. Maryland wins that one. Purdue, Ball State, don't care. Purdue will win that, I think. But Northwestern or Tulane. I like how Tulane plays. They're in the New Orleans area. I've been to New Orleans, but I don't care. It's either way. But I'm picking Northwestern to win that game. I think the Wildcats do take a big victory in that game to challenge each other, get after the bad passes. They've had a lot of issues back where they can you can do stuff like that. So that's incredible. Navy or VMI? Navy. Who else did I put on here? I put UTEP and Utah State. UTEP is a good team. I think UTEP does a good job on defense when it's a close game. I don't think so. I think Utah State wins that game by more than 15. It'll be a close game, but I think Utah State wins in a margin where they can win back-to-back games. Next is Alabama, Florida State. I would root for Alabama in this game, but I'm not picking them. I'm picking Florida State. I think Florida State is going to have a much better season. I think they're going to turn that ugly season around and get back to winning some games. So I think Florida State ultimately takes down Alabama at home. So that'll be a fun one. And then LSU and Clemson. I wish I could pick LSU in this game. I have a buddy who just would root for LSU. He's a huge LSU fan. I'm not doing it this time. I'm picking Clemson. Clemson is a good team. They get after the ball. I think they're a much better team when it comes around these situations, when they make changes to their team. It's a tough go when you make a team look like this. It's just tough, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a change for Caleb Klubnik, Garrett Musmeyer. You're going to have a lot of new guys coming into this program, so I think it'll help this team get back to what they love to do and how they can finish each game in a style they can do things in, and how each team can win games. The next one is Georgia Southern and Fresno State. I picked Fresno State. I don't think Georgia Southern has a chance to win this game. It's a tough game. It's August 30th. It's week 1, the biggest start of the season. Game day is going to be in Columbus. Chris and all of those people will be down there for that. I think Fresno State beats Georgia Southern. I don't think it will. It's a big matchup at home. They've got a lot of talent going into this game. It's a tough game, but they've got to play well. Next is Hawaii and Arizona. Arizona gets the win. I think they do a nice job. They do a great job off the offseason. They're a tough team to look at. I think they could do that based on their defense. Their offense is good. It's just tough to see how these two teams will get after it. And then Oregon State wins. That's an easy one. I don't have to look at that. Sorry about that. And then you look at Utah and UCLA. UCLA wins that one. Utah's a good team, but I don't think that'll happen. I'd say South Carolina beats Virginia Tech. That's an easy one. Notre Dame takes care of Miami. And then the last one is North Carolina and TCU. That's going to be a good one right there. And I think they will, challenge each other to a good game. It's going to be a fun one down there. Get to see those teams in action for the next week. I think it'll be a good one to watch. Both teams getting after it for the first time in maybe 22 years. I don't know. But it'll be a fun one to watch. Get to, see these teams get look at the offset of scores and see what they can do. So we'll see what happens this season. But that's my 2025-2026 predictions for week 1. But my 2025 to 2026 Week 1 NFL predictions and picks. The first one is Dallas and Philadelphia. I would love to pick Dallas in this game. I don't think so. I think Dallas is going to have a challenge to to really face Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. So all those guys are going to have a big challenge up their sleeve, getting after A.J. Brown, making it harder, getting Darius Slay, Nolan Smith, a lot of those extra linebackers that can help them in that game. I think it'll be a challenge for them. I think Philly wins. Kansas City or the Los Angeles Chargers. With Keenan Allen signing with the Chargers, I think that's huge. He's going to come back and play a lot more with the Chargers. He was a good. He's back in LA now, so it'll be a huge one to see him back in LA with the Chargers. I think the Chargers beat the Chiefs by more than 15. That's a huge game, and I think they can do that on the road at home against Kansas City. Tampa Bay or Atlanta. I would root for Atlanta in this game, but I don't see that happening between these two teams. It's a competition of defense and offense. With Michael Penix Jr. at quarterback, I think it will be a challenge. I think it will be harder for him to target Kyle Pitts or whoever he's going to target this season, Drake London. A lot of those big receivers are going to have to step up for him in a massive way to really take care of this Tampa Bay Buck defense, because this Tampa Bay Buck defense is excellent when they get into the zone and they can play good defense on the outside and get through. But I think Tampa Bay wins. Cleveland or Cincinnati, I would love to pick Cleveland, but I don't think they're going to have a chance of winning. So I'm going to go with the Bengals on that one. The Bengals are excellent. They do such a nice job getting after the higher standards in these games, so I think it'll be an interesting game to see. Miami or Indianapolis, I would love to pick the Colts in this game, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna go with Miami. I think they do a nice. Tua Tagovailoa does a nice job throwing the ball. They have Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. They got a lot of those receivers with Jalen Ramsey back. It'll be a challenge for them, but to me, Miami wins. The Raiders or the Patriots? I'm going Patriots. I think they will find a way to get Drake London started. It's a good start to the year for him. It'll be a good start to the second season for him at quarterback, so it'll be nice to see him back, but I think the Pats do win. The Saints or Cardinals? Cardinals. With the way Kyler Murray's playing, Kyler Murray's kind of been injured the last two times, but it'll be good to see James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr. get some pressure for him. It'll be interesting to see. Pittsburgh or New York? I would go Pittsburgh. I really wanted to pick New York in this game, but I don't think the Jets have a chance of taking care of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a good team. They can make good stretches on the offense and defense. It's a good one, so I think the Steelers win that. Giants or Commanders? Commanders. That Jane Daniels is too good. I think he's going to have a terrific season down there with Washington. Carolina or Jacksonville? Jacksonville's easy. Carolina's going to lose. They don't have Cam Newton. Cam Newton's terrible. I think Cam Newton's awful. He's not a great quarterback. He did really well with a solid offense when he was at Auburn. He did well when he played good football. I don't even think Cam Newton is possible of coming back. I don't think he's a good quarterback in my mind. I think he's going to have to challenge. He's going to have to find ways to win multiple games. So I don't think Cam Newton's a good player. Was a good player for Carolina. I don't think he was a good fit for them. I just think Jacksonville beats them with Trevor Lawrence. With Bryce Young at quarterback now, I don't care at this point. I think Bryce Young is not. He was a great quarterback at Alabama. I don't care. I think Trevor Lawrence is much better. He can really get after the ball a lot, and he's a good player. The Titans or the Denver Broncos? Go on, Broncos. Bo Nix is excellent, so say that. Seattle or the Niners? Go on, Niners. Brock Purdy's good. I don't think Seattle has a chance. Geno Smith is a great quarterback. but they don't have DK Metcalf. Metcalf signed with the Steelers, so there he's out. So that's a big change for them. But I don't like Seattle in this game. It's not going to happen. Detroit or Green Bay. Detroit. Jared Goff is terrific. Rams or Houston. Rams. Baltimore or Buffalo. I would love to pick the Ravens in this game. I don't like the Ravens. John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh are two crazy coaches when it comes to football. I don't like Jim Harbaugh either. That's the reason why I root for Ohio State. But I'm going to pick the Bills. The Bills are going to win. That's an easy game. Bills win it. Take care of this not so good Ravens defense. The Vikings or the Bears, that's easy. Vikings. You can destroy Caleb Williams and the Bears. So that'll be a good one. If you have any suggestions on picks, keep liking and subscribing. If you don't, I'm gonna cry. So thank you. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.